Morning guys, how you doing? Firstly, I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Trevor Finnis and I live in Dorset. We've been here probably coming up 6 years now, and it's lovely. Yeah, we've got a sport for choice really. We've got a lovely coastline, we've got the Jurassic Coast, we've got lovely countryside, lots of lovely towns and villages, places of interest. So plenty upon plenty of photo opportunities. Yeah, the reason I took up photography, if you like, was, if you can see behind me, just over my shoulder there, there's a few of my running medals. So I was quite into my running, something I enjoy doing. But I picked up an injury in 2017, which I knew was going to put me out for a long time, and I knew I'd probably go insane I was stuck indoors all the time. So I've always liked taking photos, but just never really got into it. So anyway, I thought, well, that'd be something good to do, get me outside, keep me stimulated, keep me on brain cells ticking over. So yeah, I decided to give it a go, and I got myself it's not very expensive, classes entry-level kit camera. It's a Canon 1300D, and actually pretty good camera. You know, it probably does pretty much most of the things that most of the big expensive cameras do, but hasn't got all the gizmos, and obviously hasn't got as good a sensor as you would if you had a more expensive camera. But yeah, overall pretty pleased with some of the images I get. It came with a couple of cheap kit lenses, but I splashed out a bit of cash and bought this wide angle, which I love. It's my kind of go-to lens. Most of the images I take are with this lens. And again, that wasn't particularly very expensive in the whole scale of prices for lenses. When some are like over £1,000, this was a couple £100. Yeah, so that's what I use. As you can see, I use Lightroom. I won't begin to start that I'm any expert on it. I kind of get by. But the thing I didn't realise, when you take up photography now, you've got to be a bit of a computer expert, which I'm not. I can wing it and get by, but that's about it really. Once it starts getting really technical and all that kind of stuff, I'm just over my head. So anyways, yeah, so some of the places I want to take you around will be generally quite local. There'll be obviously Dorset, and we've got Hampshire and Devon and Somerset on our doorstep as well. So, you know, certainly be lots of places of interest that I hope will interest you. I'm a bit of a YouTube binger, I suppose you'd call it. You know, like you get these box sets on TV now, and you can't wait for the next episode to come. When you've binged on it, you want the next box set to come out, that kind of thing. I'm a bit like that with YouTube. And to be honest, there's so much rubbish on the telly these days. I quite enjoy watching videos that you guys make. You've inspired me to go out and take photographs. You've taught me how to use my camera and things like Lightroom. And I suppose the beauty of YouTube, you can type anything in now and there'll be someone that's made a video on how to use it, how to do it, where to go, all those kind of things. So that's great. And why am I starting up a YouTube channel? Well, I suppose firstly it's probably pretty good fun, you know, and I think I've got something that I can share with you, and also that I've feel I've got something I can contribute towards the photography community, if you like. And also there'll be lots of places of interest that I can take you to that you might not have seen before. So, you know, if you're down this way, you'll be able to check it out and say, oh yeah, I never thought about going there, that'd be great. Cheers, Trev. So things like that. Well, so I was never really creative or artistic at school. I wasn't very good at drawing or making things or anything like that. But when it comes to photography, because I post some of my photos on Facebook and social media and stuff, and a lot of friends and family and stuff go, "Well, Trev, they're really good, those photos. How do you do it? You must have a real eye for it." And I suppose I never really thought I had an eye for it, but I just sometimes try and look for something a little bit different instead of just going for the obvious. Try and be more creative and sort of think about what I'm taking before I take it. Well, it's not always the case, you know. I mean, sometimes you just take the obvious because it's there. But yeah, I do sometimes try and look for something a little bit different. Types of things I like to take, all sorts really. You know, I haven't got one particular genre that I stick to. I like landscapes, seascapes. I like going around local towns, especially at night. I like night shooting, not like the astro stuff with stars and all that kind of thing. I'm not kind of got the patience for that, I don't think. But just wandering around like local quay, and it's amazing some of the images you can get just in your local area, really. Yes, I mentioned that I like taking photos at night, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but this picture here was taken at Gold Hill in Shaftesbury, which is in Dorset. It's mostly famous for the old Hovis advert. For if you like, the older generation will remember, the youngsters won't. But the idea was the young lad pushed the bike up the hill, it's all cobbled road here, and got to the top, delivered the bread, and then had a grand ride back down the hill. But this picture here I'm really proud of because I put it into our local paper and they published it. And I don't know, but I think one of the reasons was it was taken at night, whereas most of the pictures of Gold Hill are during the daytime. And it's just that we happened to be staying there for a couple of days, and I went out, got my camera, and took this, and just titled it Golden Gold Hill because the light gives that kind of golden effect. So yeah, really proud and really pleased of this picture. And yeah, so this is the kind of thing I take, you know. And well, I say I like going out at night. It just, everything looks so different. You know, like when it snows, everything looks different, doesn't it? Or if it's been a grey day and then the sun comes out, all the colours come to life. And it's a bit like that at night, you know. Just a little bit of street lighting or something, and it just makes the place look so different. And I really like that. So yeah, this is the kind of thing I take, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy and be inspired to go to places like this, or even just in your local area. You know, I'm sure wherever you live, there'll be things. I always have this kind of philosophy, I don't know, whatever, that there's always a photo to be found, always something there. Something might have to go and really look deep into it, but I always think that there's something of interest there, because really with photography, what you're doing is you're capturing a moment in time. You know, I was watching a YouTube video the other day by Kim Grant, and Kim's great. She's really, her enthusiasm, God dear. But she was saying how the landscape where she lived and was brought up has changed just over the last few years. And it's like anything, nothing stays the same, does it? You know, we think everything's there forever, but it's not the case. So when you take a photograph of something, whatever it is, you're capturing a moment in time and history. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. Okay, so that's me, and what I'll do now is I'll put a few images up so you can see the type of things that I take. and all it leaves me to say is thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll join me on my photography adventures in and around Dorset. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, bye.